Welcome, everybody. As usual, take your seat and set your intention for today's practice. Today's practice will be a little bit different. We are going to meditate with our eyes open. It's important that we learn to use all of our senses as forms of meditation. Not that we need to practice that way all the time, but because it shows the ability to integrate your practices into your everyday life. We rely on our sense of vision more than any other sense. It is almost constantly with us, and it offers by far the most distractions. That also means it offers the most opportunity on which to meditate. So get comfortable. Settle into your breath. Keep your eyes open. And to start, try to take in your entire visual field equally. Give no preference for any particular object. Just try to get a feel for how vast that visual field is and just how much information is there. Take a moment to realize how your visual field in particular makes you feel as if there's a you sitting behind your eyes, looking out into the world in which you see. And you can see you in your peripherals, sitting right beneath the head in which you feel you are behind. And notice how everything else seems to be apart from you. And try to minimize that effect. Try to reduce your subjectivity. And begin to view it all objectively. The part of you that you see, the body in which you're inhabiting, that you visualize below you, is just another object in your sensory field. Follow your breath and try to dissolve that barrier. Try to melt into your visual field. Just take a moment and practice that. By now you surely have noticed just how distracting your sense of sight can be. Your eyes are drawn toward things automatically. And it's your mind's job, after all, to take care of you. And subconsciously, it will always be doing that. You will always be drawn to movement. You will always notice words in the language you speak and be inclined to read them, interpret them, speaking again with that voice inside your head. And you'll notice anything new or novel. The brain is constantly categorizing our sensory input. And anything benign, it learns to dismiss. Anything you are accustomed to, and it knows is no threat to you, it can safely ignore, dropping the energy required to keep you aware and alive. So its focus is always on new, movement, danger. This is a good thing. It's very important. But what happens over a lifetime is you become dulled to those things in your everyday life. You lose your fascination and your imagination. You've already seen the things in front of you so many times that you no longer pay them any attention. Try to look at them with fresh eyes. For the first time in a long time. Try to look at them with renewed interest. Observe how your mind, when you focus on an object, seems to return to the filing cabinet and look up what you already know about it and dismiss it as ordinary. And try to stop that pattern. Stop that subjectivity. And observe the object as it is, not as you have told yourself it is. Try to give it a renewed, exuberant interest. This is an excellent practice to take into your daily life. It will be easiest when your other senses are not being berated. You're in a calm, quiet spot at a park, and you have so much to observe. Take just a minute and try to pull yourself out of your mind and fully inhabit the space in which you are in. Thank you for joining me today. I'll see you again tomorrow. As mentioned, this is a very useful form of meditation because sight is our most dominant sensory input. It is the one the brain relies on the most heavily for keeping you alive. And that is what the subconscious mind is always doing. It is always aware of your senses. If you are cold or hot, or your food is rancid, or there are toxic fumes in the air around you, or there's a car laying on the horn, or a car about to whiz right past you as you step into the road. Your brain is keeping you alive. That's its only job. And so it learns to dismiss anything that it already knows is safe. As you meditate, you will notice this more and more. But it doesn't require just meditation. You can just observe this every day in your life. What catches your attention? Playing with our sensory field this way. You will notice as you take this practice into your life that doing so does not take you out of the moment, dissociating yourself and dissolving the boundary between yourself and the world around you. It makes you feel more aware, more connected. This type of meditation can be used while driving. You must be careful. Do not advocate taking your attention away from the road. But this meditation does not do that. It will take you into the driving, into the moment, keeping your eyes open and taking your entire field of vision in at once. Always observing what you're going past, noticing what your eyes cling to, and consequently what your mind clings to. Just take some time later today, 1 or 2 minutes, to step back and look at the world with fresh eyes. See what you've been missing that has been right before you this whole time. And appreciate it again for the first time in recent memory.